Rutherford Issues with Bryan Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Celebrate the magic of Christmas in downtown Murfreesboro. The annual tree lighting is Friday, December 6th, 5 until 8, and it's powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Our friends at MTE. Enjoy caroling, meet Santa, witness the festive tree lighting Christmas downtown. Celebrated on December 6th, and it is powered by MTE. Today, we are talking about the Family Center. The Family Center and their development and marketing manager, Emelie Harris, joining us today to talk about the organization. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Great to have you. So the Family Center, I think your kind of your motto or slogan, changing lives, changing families, changing children's futures, right?
Yeah. So we always say, every organization has a mission, but we are on a mission. So we want to break intergenerational cycles of childhood trauma. And by doing that, we have a vision to create resilient communities where all children thrive. And that's something that is close to all of our hearts. The entire state of Tennessee definitely is a great place for us all to come together and support children. I know that's one of our biggest things in life, is just making sure that the next generation is helped and pushed along to make all their best life successes.
Sure. I mean, life is hard enough, and it even starts with our kids, and the things that maybe you and I had to deal with in high school, kids are dealing with it in middle school now even.
Yeah.
So, it can be a lot and be difficult. Is the Family Center a local organization, statewide, nationwide? How does that work?
Yeah. So earlier I mentioned, the entire state of Tennessee.
Right.
And we do serve the entire state of Tennessee. We have an office in Murfreesboro, so a Rutherford County office, and one in Nashville in Davidson County. We also have some staff up in Knoxville as well. So we want to cover the entire state of Tennessee, especially with our programs. We do have them in person and virtual. So we want to give everyone the opportunity to seek us out as a resource to help their family succeed. They come to us, whether they're referred to us by an outside organization or another nonprofit, or they just seek us out because they want to help their family grow together and learn and heal. Each of those, scenarios, we're here to provide resources for them.
And every incident or every case, I guess, if you will, however you look at that, is different. They're all individuals, and every circumstance has its own priorities, challenges, things of that nature.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And we focus our, groups and programs and support through an ACEs and PACEs lens. So ACEs stands for Adverse Childhood Experiences. So those are kind of the things that you were talking about earlier that everyone goes through in life, some traumatic situations that may occur, or just, intergenerational trauma that gets passed down from a grandparent to a parent to you. And we really focus on educating our clients and the parents we work with about what adverse childhood experiences for them look like and how that's affected them as a person and them as a parent, right? Because we all know parenting is extremely difficult and no one gives us a handbook. So we really want to focus on the research behind that, and then also talk about positive childhood experiences. So, there are these adverse childhood experiences that can be really difficult and impactful as you grow, but positive childhood experiences can come in and reinforce that, you have a safe environment. You have an adult in your life that cares about you. You have belonging in the world, and that can work to counteract those more traumatic experiences. So, for example, for me, I grew up in a very tumultuous home life until I went into foster care, and then I was adopted. So while throughout that journey it was a lot and difficult as a child and a teenager. Towards the end there, when I was adopted, I had those positive childhood experiences that gave me those positive relationships with, caretakers. And I was able to write myself in school and those kinds of things that were the step ladder for me to climb out of that, that traumatic zone in my head.
Yeah. Did that lead to your profession?
Yes,
I would think it
did.
would. Yeah.
And we really want to create a safe place, judgment-free, for parents and caregivers. And that could be, parents, that could be prospective parents, that could be grandparents. We have several clients who come in and say, I am not expecting at the moment, but I would like to start a family. And I know I have some stuff that I've gone through and that I don't want to pass down. So can you teach me and give me the tools to add to my tool belt that I can go on and be the best parent I can be? And so it really is about creating a safe, stable, nurturing environment for them, right, in our groups, so that they can go on to have a safe, stable, and nurturing environment with their family.
We have Emelie Harris joining us, the Development and Marketing Manager with the Family Center. You mentioned something about, there is no handbook. And if there were a handbook and if it could be done, someone would make millions. But like I was saying before, each individual circumstance is different, and the family makeup and the challenges with that. For instance, my wife has cerebral palsy, and so kids growing up, they're in their 20s now, but, there were specific things and challenges that they and their experiences that they had to go through that were different from others. And to say that everything was rosy, it wasn't. But there were circumstances that no one else could really understand except the core family. And so if that's not strong, that can be tough. So I'm sure there's lots of research behind the work that you do at the Family Center. Any of that you'd like to share with us this morning?
Yeah, of course. So we work from the ACEs and PACEs lens. Our programs are evidence-based, so we bring in the science of everything. I love our president and CEO, Susan. She always tells people about this amazing research, and she uses such amazing words like epigenetics and, the wiring of your brain. And I love that she really opens into what trauma does to us. It actually changes the chemical makeup of your brain. And so we dive a lot into that so that people have the awareness and understanding that, what happened to you is not your fault, but you have the agency to navigate it and become the person you want to be, right? So we have all of this research that we've, pulled together to create a program that covers a plethora of things. So not only do we talk about, the emotional resiliency of the parent, we talk about the emotional resiliency of the child. We talk about, how to establish positive routines, how to establish positive disciplinary plans, different types of things you navigate as a parent, whether you have picky eaters or, bedtime routines aren't going well. And I call back to there's no handbook for parenting so much because it's so true.
Right.
I could go into, the bookstore and look for all these amazing parenting books that are great, but they're just a little tiny taste, right, of what everyone's experience is. So we want to provide one-on-one family coaching. We have a parenting group called Positive Parenting Plus. We do community connections. So we have wraparound services for families that qualify as well. And because each case is different, we connect with the families and we get to build out a program and a plan for them that works. And we really hope to be, a part of their, journey to resiliency. And, we want them to add to their tool belt, but also come back to us if they say, hey, I tried this that I learned in group and it's not working as well as I wanted to. Can we adjust? So even when folks, aren't in our programs anymore, we always want to be that place they can come back to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Many of the programs and services that you provide the community, you mentioned several there. How does someone get connected? If any of that rang true, or maybe there are other programs that you want to mention, but how do they get connected and into those programs that could help them?
Yeah. So some of the folks that we work with are referred to us through jails or courts, other nonprofits, and some are just folks looking to, add to their tool belt. But they can come to us. We have our website. They can register online at familycentertn.org, and they're open to anybody. So if you go to our website and you look to register for our programs, it'll give you an outline of the different programs we have, what fits best for you, if you need to be virtual, if you need to be more in touch with someone, and everyone comes to us from different avenues, but we're accessible to everyone. Our groups, our programs, our seminars, our help and assistance is free of charge. And that's why we're a nonprofit, and that's why we fundraise, so that we can continue to offer these free of charge, because it's something that I personally think, and I know my whole team knows, that this is such a crucial need that we all have when it comes to parenting and building families.
Absolutely. Emelie Harris joining us today, the Development and Marketing Manager with the Family Center on Rutherford Issues. I went to the website and just went to the same places you were talking about, register for our programs. Pretty easy there, parenting groups, family coaching, organization, resilience, all kinds of different programs. And you mentioned that there's no cost for this. Mm-hmm. So being a nonprofit, I guess, does that it opens the door for those. It takes that financial barrier away to help families succeed.
And that's what we really want to offer. 56% of our families are making $30,000 or less a year, which isn't even, that isn't even a salary that one person can manage to live on.
Right.
And a lot of our families have 2, 3, 4 kids. So imagine a scenario where you are a single dad and you are making $30,000 or less a year. You have 2 kids. You don't have childcare. So you need to go to work, obviously. And so to make money to support your life, but you also have to watch your kids. So if you don't go to work, you won't make money. You won't be able to pay rent. If you go to work, there's a chance that something could happen to your kids while they're not being watched by someone. So that's just one scenario where it makes it impossible to live, right? So what we want to do is provide the information as well as resources outside of just the information, so that we can make sure parents can, have a home life and provide a safe space for their kids and be with their kids while also putting food on the table, paying rent. We never want folks to walk through life having to struggle like that, because you're never going to be able to grow and become the person you want to be if your, needs aren't met. And I've talked a lot about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, just working one-on-one with folks. And that just covers, the different levels of needs you have. And you can't get to any other level of need or growth if you're not clothed, if you haven't been fed, if you don't have a roof over your head. So harping on, the importance of financial stability, we want to relieve any type of financial burden that could come from reaching out for these resources.
FamilyCenterTN.org is the website. And in our last few here, want to make sure we get to some events and fundraisers that you have. Again, being a nonprofit, trying to do a lot of good here in our community. It takes money. It takes support from the community. So there are some things coming up you'd like to mention.
Yeah. So right now, our biggest campaign is our holiday celebration wish list. So each year, right around this time, we reach out to our families that we work with, the parents that we're connected with, and say, hey, what gift is your kid really wanting for Christmas? Let us provide that for you. So we reach out, we get the gift, we're able to put it on a wish list, and then our wonderful donors and supporters help us purchase those gifts. So right now, it's up on our website and social media. If you go to the front page on our website, it has a banner that scrolls across that says holiday celebration, and you can click there and it'll take you to our Amazon wish list where you can purchase gifts for the many, many wonderful children we help bring their holiday, cheer to them and be a part of giving, them the holiday that they deserve.
Yeah, so, absolutely. Good stuff there. So that's FamilyCenterTN.org to go there for that as well, to give if you can and make someone's Christmas for sure. And you also have a fundraiser in February, right?
Yeah. So as you mentioned, being a nonprofit, we have to fundraise to keep our doors open. So in February 22nd, 2025, we have our annual fundraiser, Change the Tune. Personally, my favorite, although all of our fundraisers are amazing. This is an evening fundraiser. It's a sit-down dinner. It'll be at 1410. And the focus of Change the Tune is obviously changing the tune, right? And improving the lives of those around us. But my favorite part is that we all dress up in our favorite music genre or musical artist garb. And we come out and we celebrate. And we hear some amazing stories of the successes we've had. But yeah, so if you would like to attend, we'll have tickets available next month. And you can start planning your outfits if you want to dress up as Taylor Swift or Beyonce or, another music group. We'd love to have you guys. And
just check the FamilyCenterTN.org under events, and you'll be able to find information about that. And again, FamilyCenterTN.org is the website, and much success on the event. And thanks for coming in and sharing about the Family Center today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Anything we can do to help, let us know. We'll help spread the word. From the Family Center today, joining us, Emelie Harris, the Development and Marketing Manager here on Rutherford Issues. And if you missed any part of the program, be sure to go back and check the podcast. It'll be up shortly at WGNSradio.com under podcast and Rutherford Issues. You can listen or watch. Back to the interview.